Welcome to the first video of Unit 3 on ancient Greece. In this video, we're going to talk about the geography of ancient Greece. We'll cover some geographic features, specific cities, and the general makeup of ancient Greece. This should be the first section in your notes packet. I want to start out by showing you where Greece is located in relation to some of the other features we've talked about this year. So if you take a look at this map, this red area here is Greece. The arrow points to the area of Greece. The thing you should always look for, that I always tell you to look for to determine where you're located, is to find the boot of Italy, which is right here. So Greece is just to the east of Italy. And around here, it's not colored in as water, but this here is the Mediterranean Sea. So Greece is right off of the Mediterranean Sea and just to the east of the Italian peninsula. We've talked about the Italian peninsula before, but we've never defined the word peninsula. A peninsula is a piece of land surrounded on three sides by water. So Italy is a peninsula, Florida would be a peninsula, and in Greece, the two peninsulas that we will cover are the Balkan and the Peloponnesus. Here, I am showing you where the two peninsulas are located. So this whole area here is all Greece. Both of these peninsulas make up Greece. So this is the Peloponnesus Peninsula. Easy way to remember that. You can think of the word puny, which means small, starts with a P, or the Spanish word pequeño, which means small, starts with a P. It's the smaller of the two. And then this one, the Balkan right here, starts with a B, think big. So the bigger of the two is the Balkan, and the smaller of the two is the Peloponnesus Peninsula. There are four major seas that are associated with ancient Greece that you should be familiar with: the Aegean Sea, the Ionian Sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Black Sea. The reason we study these seas is to understand how information and goods are going to get to Greece. Greece is largely surrounded by water, and so there will be a lot of trade over water all around the Mediterranean Sea to and from Greece. And so these seas are going to facilitate that or help that. Here you can see where three of the four seas are located. So as reference here, this was the Peloponnesus Peninsula, this was the Balkan Peninsula, and off to the left of the screen would be where you would see Italy. So to the west of Greece, we have the Ionian Sea here. Down here, we have the Mediterranean Sea, and then to the east of Greece, we have the Aegean Sea. The Black Sea is going to be up to the northeast from here, not currently shown on this map. Another geographic term to become familiar with is a strait. A strait is a narrow passage of water connecting two seas. The strait that we will talk about in reference to Greece is the Dardanelles Strait. And this connects the Aegean Sea to the Black Sea through a smaller sea known as the Sea of Marmara. So I'll show you a picture of that, or a map of that. So the Dardanelles Strait is going to connect the Aegean Sea to the Black Sea through here. And inside of that area is going to be the Sea of Marmara. So you see a small strip of water here going from the Aegean Sea to the Sea of Marmara, and then from the Sea of Marmara out to the Black Sea. This is really important that these two major seas are connected, because this is going to allow for easier trade and travel by water. Traveling with goods is much faster by water than by land, so trading goods, if you wanted to trade to the northeast, is going to be much more quick and convenient because of the existence of these straits. It's also going to play a military strategy role as well. The geography of Greece is made up largely of mountains, specifically along the Balkan Peninsula. And because of these mountains, it is going to be very difficult for there to be a lot of connection in ancient Greece. Greece is going to be developed in city-states. So each of these different cities are going to be their own location. They're going to have their own government, they're going to have their own leader, they're going to have their own rules and laws. And you're going to learn about some of the differences in these city-states, and they're quite vast. So why were people divided into two city-states in Greece? It's because of the mountains. If you take a look at this map, this is a map that shows you the mountain ranges in Greece. So the green, if you take a look at the key here, is what's at sea level. And then the darker of the brown or tan color is going to show you how far up the mountains go. So anywhere that is not green, that is on land, is going to be mountains. So you can see that there are mountains covering Greece. And so this is going to have a huge impact on the development of the city-states, on trade, on military strategy, on pretty much everything in Greece's development. So city-states, the definition would be a city and its surrounding land acting as one political unit. The two major city-states we will cover in this unit are going to be Athens and Sparta. You've probably heard of Sparta before in the movie 300, if you've ever heard of it or seen it. Athens and Sparta are they're going to be the two most powerful city-states in ancient in ancient Greece. Here on the map shows you where the two are located. So if you take a look here, this was the Peloponnesus Peninsula, and this was the Balkan Peninsula, so they're located on the different peninsulas. Okay, the Mediterranean Sea was down here. The Aegean was here, so Athens is on the side of the Aegean, so AA, that makes it easy to remember as well. And then the Ionian Sea was over here. So separate peninsulas, but connected by land. And they're going to be the two most powerful city-states in ancient Greece that we will cover this unit. Greece is going to be separated into city-states, but they will also have enemies as a whole. Macedonia is going to be a kingdom to the north of Greece. And when we find the end of the city-states of ancient Greece, we will see that it is those from Macedonia that actually come in and wipe out ancient Greece. And then there's Troy, which is an independent city-state in Anatolia, present-day Turkey, which if you remember back to our first unit, we talked about Anatolia, where Catalhoyuk was located. And this is where the city-state of Troy is going to be located. So if you take a look at this map, again, Peloponnesus Peninsula, Balkan Peninsula, Macedonia is to the north, Troy is going to be over here. This here is Anatolia, or present-day Turkey. Agriculture is going to be important but difficult in ancient Greece. In order to grow crops, you usually need flat land. And because of all the mountains in ancient Greece, a lot of the agriculture is going to happen close to the sea, because that is where the mountains are much lower or non-existent, where land is at sea level. So agriculture, arable land, so arable meaning able to farm on. Arable land was limited because of the rocky soil, but some food could be grown. This is going to have an impact on the population. If you can't grow enough food, if you can't produce enough food for a large population, then your population cannot grow. And so that is going to limit ancient Greece's growth. The things that they are able to grow quite easily in Greece is going to be wheat, olives, and grapes. These are staple crops. A staple crop is what the people rely on to eat every day. A growing population in search for arable land forces Greeks to conquer other lands. So we will take a look at how ancient Greece will have different city-states that are going to move east towards Anatolia, across the Aegean Sea, and they're going to settle there. If they don't have enough resources to feed their people, then they will expand elsewhere to find those resources. Find places that have that arable land suitable for growing crops. This is the end of the notes on ancient Greece geography. However, please make sure that you do to finish the map that is on your notes packet. You are supposed to label each peninsula and the bodies of water on the map. Feel free to watch the video back through or skip around so that you can label those correctly.